Hey everybody, Danielle at Danielle TBD.
Marisa at Marisa Rothman.
And we wanted to say welcome back because it's been a while since we've done one of these vodcasts. TV has gotten kind of crazy in the last few months, and so obviously we've been very busy writing about it, and now we're back to talking about it as well. And today we want to start by talking about some of the summer shows that we've been watching and that we think you all should watch too. But before we get into that, we've been away for a while, and we actually have something new to debut. Our brand new logo was designed by one of our great Twitter fans and followers.
April 30 Lynn, thank you very much.
Yes, you have a prize coming your way.
Yay.
Sorry it took so long. So this is our lovely logo.
Pretty.
Yay!
We like it. We're very enamored with it.
Yes, absolutely. I think it captures us perfectly. Okay, so moving on to summer TV. There's a couple of shows that I will say that I would watch even if they were not just summer shows. If they were on in the fall up against some of the stiff competition, I still think they're charming little shows that deserve everybody to watch. And one of them I think we agree on is Episodes. So, I mean, it's back for its second season on Showtime, and it's already a couple episodes in, and for those of you who don't watch it, Matt LeBlanc plays a version of himself. Two writers from the UK had a hit show, and they come over and they have to adapt their show for American audiences. It's called Pucks. It's a hockey boarding school show, and Matt LeBlanc is starring in the show. And this season, I mean, it's always been funny, and obviously it's from one of the co-creators of Friends. So, I mean, obviously there's great comedy and great Friends references and callbacks, but
Amazing
it's also
Friends references and callbacks.
But it has so much heart too. And
yeah. See, and one of the things that I love about the show, aside from all the lovely Friends references and all that stuff, I love the insider look at TV business because, as you and I know, it's a very crazy industry. It's a really, really messed up industry sometimes. We love it. We would not do this if we did not love this job and the industry and the shenanigans. But the fact is that there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that people who are watching something on their TV might not ever hear about. And so to see, the ratings drama and, how shows get taken so drastically from the original concept to what it ends up being on screen is a fascinating thing. And I love the movie The TV Set, and I like having this kind of every single week kind of a little show to kind of explore the nuances, especially as things change. I mean, the industry is changing, I feel like, so much every month with, social media, et cetera, so everything is just changing, and so getting new and refreshing takes on that aspect too is fun.
Yeah, and I also love just how vulnerable they're letting the characters be, and how much heart they're showing. And it's a comedy, obviously, but they're dealing with serious issues. I mean, between the relationship that started out so strong and their marriage was so strong, and then fell apart from one bad mistake, and now they're kind of trying to find their way back to each other. And then you have Carol and Merc, and for some unconscionable reason she actually is in love with him, even though you think that maybe she's just sleeping with him to get ahead at first, and then no, there's something real there too. So it feels like a very smart, grown-up comedy, and I don't know, I think that's kind of rare these days on television. What else are you watching right now that you think everyone should watch?
Well, it's premiering on Sunday, the show that one of the shows I'm most excited about. I love Leverage so much. It's one of those shows that, you really don't necessarily need to watch every single episode, and you don't necessarily need to have watched from the pilot, but I just like that, especially the past couple of years, they feel like they keep reinventing themselves, and this year they are actually filming because they film it in Portland, Oregon, but they're actually having it set in Oregon. So it kind of gives it a new little feel. There's some fun couple episodes, a lot of great guest stars in this season, and I like how they're changing the dynamic of everything and how everything just constantly feels fresh. And for a show in season 5, that's kind of fascinating. I mean, I know cable gives you more leeway for things to do, et cetera, but it's just to feel like you're still learning new things about these characters, and you still want to see what they're doing in different episodes. It's a really great feeling.
I really I'm enjoying Bunheads also. I will say ABC Family Monday is part of, I will say, I was a huge Gilmore Girls fan, and I got into Gilmore Girls kind of late. I didn't watch it from the beginning, but the minute I started watching it, I was I can't believe someone's allowed to do this style of dialogue and these types of relationships, because let's face it, Amy Sherman Palladino scripts are 80 pages long for an hour-long show, and no one got scared. They let her do that then. and they're letting her do it again now with Bunheads, but above and beyond, you know, the crazy dialogue and like the really witty pop culture, and a lot of the characters are very similar to Gilmore Girls in the sense that like their struggles are still the coming of age at different ages, and like the searching for, you know, love and home and finding their place. But above and beyond all that, I was never really super into dance, and I don't really know a whole lot about it, and yet the show, like, it doesn't set out to teach you about it, and yet I feel like I'm learning every week. Like, they're not doing a big number every week. It's not a musical. It's not like Glee. But even just seeing them like hanging out in their dance studio and like practicing and throwing a term in with their regular conversation, like it feels very real, and it feels like a world that kind of was open to me in a way that it never was before. And I'm just like, I'm a huge fan of Kelly Bishop, and she plays a woman who I went into the show assuming was exactly like Emily Gilmore, and the fact that she's not, it was like I was watching the pilot and I was like, this doesn't seem right. Like this isn't what I was expecting. It's so much better than what I was expecting. So I think just like going forward, the fact that they actually allow Kelly and Sutton to have adult storylines and allow the kids to have teenage storylines, like they each have their individual problems, and then they have things that they work on together, that is something I also really enjoy, because a lot of shows would just say like, okay, we're a kids show and we're going to have parents or teachers or whatever around,
Right.
but we're going to kill them off in a few episodes or whatever, just so that we don't have to deal with those problems. But Amy really likes to explore everybody's issues, no matter what age you are.
So a show that I know we both watch, and I know that you have an immense amount of fondness for on many, many, many levels. We're not going to go into how many levels, but Dallas. You do love using Dallas.
I do love Dallas.
All generation.
I could watch this version of Dallas now and only watch Bobby and JR and, I mean, Sue Ellen, and even, I know Anne isn't technically an original character, but even Anne, like, I could watch their storylines and be okay. Like, that's enough for me in the show. The fact that they've introduced the younger generation and have storylines revolving on them is kind of the bonus in a way. But I think that speaks to what the show's doing so well, because I feel like everybody is fleshed out and everybody has a story arc and a purpose.
When I first heard the idea that this was being made a series, my goal was to watch the entire series beforehand. And then
it's a lot.
Well, I don't mind. I love marathoning shows, but my thing was, of course, you know, then
your
all of the
job
work
might
happened.
suffer.
My job,
life might
other
suffer.
TV happened. TV that was actually currently airing on the television box.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like maybe I shouldn't watch this as much as priorities. Yay.
Right, but you also don't have to.
Right, and so I wasn't sure if that would kind of taint my eyes going in, because I knew it was not a reboot. It wasn't something like they did with 90210 or Melrose Place, where they just simply stuck these characters and kind of be like, hello, welcome to our world, and then it's really about the new characters.
Right.
So when I watched the pilot, I don't know if I was really surprised, but I was really pleased with how much I enjoyed it on its own, and I really found it really satisfying to watch, even without knowing the 14 seasons of backstory.
And I can imagine that there's going to be a big twist in the finale. I mean, I imagine that there's obviously already along the way there are little things that they've, you know, Julie's character obviously is not who she is saying she is, and Anne's character has all of these skeletons in her closet, and they're kind of parceling out their answers all along the way. But I'm expecting a huge bombshell in the finale, just because it's that type of show. Like the original Dallas was, this Dallas is following in the footsteps, and it has kind of the added responsibility of it's a show in 2012, and we expect that now. You know, we expect those shows to really deliver big moments, like the opposite of what I was saying with Bunheads. You know, it has to be over the top.
Yeah. Well, without spoiling anything, the actors did hint that the season finale was major, so.
Right, exactly. But I mean, that could be major in so many ways, and that's what I mean. Like, I think that will be. I mean, I know they already picked it up for season 2, and I'm super excited, but I feel like that finale, it's going to be the thing that I'm talking about for the longest time in the summer. I think. Well, yeah, I guess. But no, I will be talking about it either way, because if it's good, I'll be like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens when season 2 coming. If it's bad, I'll be like, ugh, I can't believe they just ruined my favorite show. So
That'll be happening. So look out for those tweets if that happens.
yes, and you should totally follow us on Twitter if you do not already. But if you don't already, I don't know how you found this vodcast, and then you should
God help
probably
you.
tell us because how would you should probably tell us if you randomly stumbled upon this, how you randomly stumbled upon this. I think we'd be interested to know.
Randomly searching through YouTube.
Yeah.
Girls by pool.
Ugh, that's not going to be a tag. Yikes.
You never know.
Yikes. Anyway, all right, so next time I think we're going to talk about the fall TV that we're looking forward to. And maybe some that we're not.
Probably. There's a lot of that.
Yeah. All right, well, stay around. I'm Danielle at Danielle TBD.
I'm Marissa at Marissa Rockman.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching.